Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video, and finally, the parts are here for the carburetor rebuild on the 1980 Yamaha XS 1100cc. So that's what we're going to be worrying about getting done today, getting everything disassembled. We're going to have this thing on the road pretty soon. And just like that guys, the carburetor is now out, so next thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take off all these caps, replace the gasket for it, the new floats, new jets, the whole shebang for it. All the new parts are here. Get this cleaned up, clean out the gas tank again. Hopefully it'll be like a new carburetor. Alright guys, so just got done rebuilding the bottom end of this carburetor for the bike, and while I was actually taking this cover off, what I noticed was I'm still starting to get a bunch of guck and everything all in this carburetor. Now, I know what you guys are probably thinking, well, if you're getting a rebuild, then it's probably because your carburetor was dirty anyway and needed work. And that is also true, but the other thing of it is, when I first got this bike, literally the first thing that I did was I took off the carburetor, cleaned literally all of these carburetors top and bottom, got the floats off, cleaned them, ran carburetor cleaner all throughout the jets, the holes, ended up buying new jets for it, literally the whole 9 yards when it came to cleaning carburetor. So I thought that would be good enough to at least get the bike to run, kind of start up, and I figured, well, after the bike was running, get some gas going through it, since the gas that was in it was pretty old, that I'd be able to clear it all out. Well, the gas tank, which is right there, when I first got it, I also cleaned that out really good, and nothing was coming out of the gas tank at all. The fuel filters that are in the gas tank, I do need to get new ones of those, but they were doing their job and they weren't too crudded up. For the most part, they were actually pretty clean when I pulled them. So, when I pulled it today though, just now, if you can kind of see in here, it's a little bit hard to focus, but there's basically still a bunch of guck in here and here. I just got the two jets out for it, and then all throughout the float, which is right here, you can kind of see where it's a little bit gucked up as well. So what I think the issue is the gas tank itself, I still think has a bunch of crud in it, whether it be rust, because when I did clean it out a second time just now, I was still noticing big chunks of like dirt / rust coming out of it, and I could attempt to try and clean it and get it done really good and all that and blah blah blah, but I really don't want to take that risk, because if I do that, then literally this whole rebuild that I just got for the bike and the carburetor and all that is pretty much going to be a waste, so I don't want to have to go through this again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, rebuild these bottom ends. The top ends are already really clean on this, except for the one, if I can find it, except for this one jet right here. I can't remember the specific name for it, but I do need to replace that. That's on the top end, but everything on the bottom end is what I'm really more concerned about. This one's already done, so now I'm going to work on this one. But once I get all this rebuilt on the bottom, what I'm going to do is try and go online, see if I can find a good deal on a gas tank. I'm part of a XS 1100 group. Everybody on there is really helpful, so I may be able to find a good gas tank for the bike that'll actually do really good. So kind of a little bit of a bummer now I'm going to have to wait to try and get a gas tank, but it's better to do things the right way the first time than try and find a way around it later on and then just be stuck with it even worse. And yeah, so I guess I'm going to get to work on that. Alright guys, so if you've made it this far in the video, you were able to see pretty much what the plan is for the XS 1100, what I need to get for it, which is pretty much a gas tank, fuel filters, anything associated with the gas going through the motorcycle. I just don't want to put it all back together, run gas through it, and then just have the same issues with clogging up the carburetor again. So it's better just do it the right way, like I said earlier, and just get that squared away. But if you guys are liking this type of content, please feel free to subscribe if you truly do like it, and comment down below. I'd love to hear your guys' input on what I should do or try and work on next, what you guys would like to see. In about a month, I would say you guys are going to see some really cool content, because at that point, I should have my Camaro up and running again. Of course, I have videos on that. I have a 99 GT that I'm also working on, so that'll be a kind of cool little filler stuff to see. If you guys aren't following me on TikTok, you can also go on there to see some of the stuff I've worked on in the past, and just kind of trying to grow everything, guys. But again, I'm enjoying it. I'm doing it for the fun of it right now, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.